What you are seeing. Hey, burgers, best burgers you've ever had, done. Best dogs you've ever had, absolutely. Best chicken, all super trimmed you get. And the big surprise, the best pork. These are not pork chops, they're pork ribeyes. They are part of this offer. You're getting a lot of food. Starting with this big old burger right here, Ray Rastelli.
Rick, we're starting with the Black Angus ribeye burger. This is a burger that's just like a steak. It's going to eat like a steak. It's going to taste like a ribeye.
Because it is a ribeye.
Because it's a ribeye. But what I want you to see is how loosely knit we just fold that meat together. These come from Black Angus cattle, domestic farmers that I've worked with all over the country for the last 49 years. So knowing what's in your burger, it's really important. So Black Angus ribeye. But then as we fold it together, what's really nice, Rick, our burgers are plump when you cook them.
They don't shrivel up.
They're not going to shrink. That is correct.
Okay, that just kicks off what we got going. I'm going to go through the offer, and we're going to eat some food, taste some food, and show you why. That burger is $4.41. Everything you're seeing here, I know you're seeing, well, there's a lot. It is a lot, but it's filling your freezer, and guess what? It's 10 pounds of food. That averages out to $4.41. So starting with those burgers, you're getting 10 of them. These are Black Angus ribeye and chuck burgers, grilled, ready steak burgers, largest ever. They're 5.33 ounces. Here come the dogs, 10 of those. These are Black Angus jumbo hot dogs, beef dogs, rich, juicy, and flavorful. We're not done yet, just getting started. Here comes super trimmed, antibiotic-free, hormone-free, super trimmed chicken breast, boneless, skinless, seriously delicious. And you have not lived until you have tried these incredible ribeye steaks. They're premium pork ribeyes. They're so flavorful, so juicy. If you grew up like I did with shoe leather pork chops, you're going to be one of the converted 8 of those. 34 servings in all, 34 in all, 10 pounds, free shipping, and it all goes down to this. Order, call, click, and it fits right there. What's for dinner tonight? I know we just had 4th of July. That's great. Big weekend. What about a Tuesday? What about next week? What about a Thursday night? All there, all made to order, all from our #1 brand at the best value of the year, $4.41 a serving. The price goes away at the end of the day. There's the setup. Here's what you're getting.
So here's that burger. Again, we started with the burger. I want to show it to you one more time because I want you to see every burger is going to be tender, juicy, and look at what you see there. That ribeye marbling is what you're seeing inside that burger.
Yeah.
The burgers are going to plump, and the nice part is you're going to cook them right from frozen. But Rick, they're the largest burger. I put this burger on the bun to give you an idea of how big this burger is because they do plump, and of course, you can pick up our Poppy's burger sauce, which people absolutely love.
Wow. I love it too.
I mean, when you think about the size of this is 5.33 ounces. It's 3 times the size of that burger that you would pick up inside of maybe, you know, that fast food. And you just can't beat the quality of the product. But I want you to see the inside of every burger because every burger
Why can't every day be 4th of July?
Going to give you that. Look at them.
Why do you have to limit that to 4th of July, Ray?
You don't have to. Now
what about the 10th of July?
Yes.
What about the...
You've got your freezer filled now, and that's the key, right? We wanted to make sure that we were going to fill your freezer because isn't that incredible? When people,
best burger ever.
We're in the middle of the summer, right? I even shouldn't say that. We're only 2 weeks into summer. We've got the entire summer to fill our freezer with burgers and dogs and chicken and pork, and we'll get to that. But how many times do people just pop over the house, right? And all of a sudden you need something. Now it's in your freezer.
One timer on auto delivery, by the way, every 90 days for 1 full year. Here's how they're made. That's that story. They're not going to shrivel up. Traditional and then Rastelli.
That's right. The traditional is going to cook around the outside because they're pressed hard like a hockey puck. Our meat is actually folded together, and when you fold that meat together, you get actually cooking from the inside out. So you get that beautiful steam, all the flavor stays in the burger, and what you'll notice is when you drop it on a grill from frozen, leave it there for about 4 to 5 minutes. We give you the seasoning packet with it, drop the seasoning right on top, and then go ahead and flip it at about the 4 to 5 minutes and watch what happens. In about another minute and a half, there you go. That burger begins to plump.
Wow.
And when you get a burger that plumps, believe me, when you bite into it, you're just going to get juiciness, tenderness.
So, by the way, that $20 burger at a restaurant is $4.41. Now, drum roll, please, for the next item up.
Yes.
You're getting it. You're getting the burgers, the dogs, the chicken, and you're getting these. You've got to try these. I'm telling you right now, for $4.41, $20 at a restaurant, I don't even think you can find something like this at a restaurant.
You really can't. This is something we introduced just to QVC a few years back, and I will tell you, it's become the craze. It's a pork ribeye steak, so that premium prime rib of beef that I love so much with that ribeye steaks, this is that same pork prime rib. So what you're getting here is the pork prime rib. We take all the fat off the outside of it, we trim it down. They come from the Pennsylvania Dutch Amish country. So we are dealing with the very, very best pork. You see how moist that is,
right? You have to do us a favor.
You don't get, yes.
Cut that with a fork.
Okay, so we're gonna go.
No knife
we're gonna go,
needed
look,
on this pork ribeye. Look at that thing.
Right through the center of
That's
this.
how tender
nice,
and juicy and moist this baby is.
It's a nice.
I had this earlier.
Look at that. Look how simple that is.
It is so juicy.
It is. It's very juicy.
See, this is a pork chop.
Yep.
No, it's not. The pork ribeye, unlike any other shoe leather pork chop that you've ever had in your life.
That's right. But if you want to
God.
make it like a pork chop, like I did here, all I did was take that same pork steak. I did my panko breading, a little egg wash, and I just baked it in the oven. Now, let's see what that looks like, right? Again.
And that's $4.
Right in half.
You kidding me?
I want you to see just how pretty it is, how moist it is, but I want you to see.
Just out of the way. There you go.
Look at that. I mean,
oh my, can I try that? Is that done?
look, that's done. Yes,
I want
that's
to try that,
completely
baby.
done.
Oh my gosh.
And look
We're
at,
very busy on the phones. Automated ordering. 4,000 ordered since midnight. You're getting a lot of food. Right now, $7.28 or $8.25. So if you just want to reserve your order right now for the 4th of July, saying, okay, I want it, just not sure if I want it right now. Come on, you have your ship dates, 3 of them. And here's what you're getting. One timer on auto delivery, I'll clarify that. You're getting 10 pounds of food. 10 pounds. 34 servings. Do the math, it's $4.41. And it includes kind of the greatest hits of barbecuing from Ray, starting with those big chuck and ribeye grilled burgers, 5.33 ounces, 10 of them. 10 of the dogs, Black Angus jumbo beef dogs, Black Angus beef, rich, flavorful, juicy. Here come the super trim chicken breasts. You're getting 8 of those. And then we just love these extraordinary ribeye steaks, premium pork. They're large as well. So that's the offer. All in your freezer. You can also lock into auto delivery. That means 3 months from now, you got them from winter, spring, summer, and fall, and you keep the party going. And you're always going to have Rastelli in your freezer, no matter what night of the week it is, whether it's an entree, whether it's pastas, whether it's skewers, whether it's big old burgers. This is so good, Ray, that you can pop any of these meats on a salad.
It's not just for the barbecue.
Yes.
This is all year round, and that's why I wanted to bring you what I think are essential to have in your freezer, because you're going to see that you can use these in so many different dishes that it's always going to be available. But I'm going to go back to that pork again, Rick, just for 1 minute, because I want you to see the moisture. This is that pork steak we made into a pork chop.
Wow.
So look how thick and juicy it is. But here you go, Rick. Look, I know you're going to want to taste it. And all I'm using is, look at this. Can you go through your
Absolutely
pork chop
incredible.
at home with a fork like that? I mean, isn't that incredible?
Absolutely
I mean,
incredible.
it is just something. If you've never had our pork
Oh my God.
ribeye steaks or chops, you've never had a piece of pork. It's as simple
Get
as
it
that.
now. Bring it home. Try it up. 30-day return policy, free shipping and handling. Now we're on to the chicken.
The chicken.
Now, if this was just regular chicken for $4.41, because beef prices are through the roof, chicken prices are through the roof. These are not just any chicken breast. What is in it? What's not in it?
So what's critical about chicken is understanding where your chicken comes from, knowing that this is an antibiotic, steroid-free, hormone-free chicken. These are free-ranging chickens. They come from the Delmarva Peninsula. Again, farmers I have been dealing with. And it's so important as a butcher for 49 years, Rick, that you know where your meat comes from. So chicken, it's nothing but the very best. Antibiotic-free, steroid-free, hormone-free, free-ranging, but they're air-chilled. So these are not soaked in water like the typical chicken breast is that you would get at your supermarket.
Interesting.
But they're super trim, which means you have no fat. Look, I want you to see this chicken breast. There is no fat. Look at how juicy that is, and it will stay that juicy because it's a natural chicken breast.
Interesting.
Once you try this chicken, you're going to realize you may have never had chicken the way it was meant to be.
Yeah.
This is the way chicken was raised, and this is the only way that you're going to get the really full flavor of a great chicken
Nobody said,
breast.
I'll have a side of antibiotics. Can I have some more of those, please? Yeah, no extra nitrates. No, you're not going to get that. All here, and they're delicious as well, and they're juicy. So I want to keep going here because there's a lot of people on the line. It's 10 pounds of food because I want to get to those dogs as well because you have the pork ribeyes, the burgers, the incredible chicken, and now here come those all-beef dogs. Now, you think you had a good dog for the 4th of July. Well, you did, if you had a Rastelli dog.
You did, and I will tell you, this is a Black Angus dog. So, you know, most people think, geez, what am I going to really get in a hot dog? Well, you really don't know what you get in a hot dog unless you're getting our hot dog, and the reason being, it's Black Angus. It's that same beef that we use for our great steaks, but this is the largest hot dog made by Rastelli's.
4,100 people are shopping right now in the moment since midnight. This is an opportunity with an expiring price.
3.2 ounces. This is twice the size of a normal hot dog. Now, this is a Frankfurter for me, and the reason I say that, Rick, hot dogs were created in Frankfurt, Germany in the late 1800s. We've taken a recipe from then, and what that gives you, it gives you that great flavor. It's all beef, so it's not mystery meat, but I want you to see the inside, because the inside is what it's all about, right? You're not going to have a white, pasty piece of meat. You're going to have all Angus, and this is Angus. This is what you see, moisture. You notice here the texture. This is all beef, right? This is not mystery meat. You're getting an Angus hot dog, and when you taste this, you get that great snap on the outside, but you get the flavor of an original Frankfurter from Germany, and that's the recipe.
I'll take a bite of that,
yes,
if you're ready. A lot of people on the line picking it up right now, keeping your freezer full. That's what this today's special value is all about. Opportunity for you to do that if you're a fan of Rastelli. Oh, you know what? You can do a blindfold taste test on the burgers. I go, that's a Rastelli burger. Blindfold taste test on the dogs. I go, you know what? That's a Rastelli dog.
Yes.
And those pork ribeyes, unbelievable. You can't do a blindfold taste test comparison because there's nothing to compare them to. There's nothing like that. I just want to point one other thing out, Ray. I know you're going to point out what happens when I get them, but this all goes in your freezer. So why did we want to do this today's special value?
So,
what is that? Because it's a lot of food people are getting,
It's a lot of food. Think of it as 10 pounds. It's 34 pieces. That's 17 meals for two for less than $9. I mean, that's crazy, but I wanted to also make sure you understood this fits in your freezer really simple, right? They come in bags. Each piece is individually vacuum packed. So you drop that bag right in your freezer, tear off the top, and you're ready to go because each piece is individually vacuum packed. Now, that's really important because that vacuum package keeps in all the freshness, keeps out all the bacteria, and that's what we really want in a great piece of meat.
And that's what you're getting in that great piece of meat, and that's what you're getting in this offer, which is 34 individual servings, $4.41. And by the way, look at the possibilities. Yeah, you can use these as skewers. You can have them in the big classic burgers, on kebabs. You can do a million different things on a salad.
This one's my favorite. Now, this is our Frankfurters, our hot dogs in a casserole, in a baked bean casserole. Whether it's the summer or whether it's the middle of the winter, I will tell you, there's nothing more hearty than baked beans and this casserole. Now, all these recipes are on QVC.com for you. So you go to the product page, you'll see recipes that cover every item for every season, and that's why this is a product for all year long.
That's great. Hey, 5 is going to $30. What are you going to show us now, sir?
So again, these bags get to you just like this. Hot dogs are going to come here. You get 5 in each package, but when the burgers come, they're in a resealable pouch like this. But I just want to show you how much meat you're getting. What does 10 pounds look like? This is what 10 pounds look like. There goes all of those burgers, and here comes all of our pork steaks. Again, all in vacuum package because we want that package. They're jumping on me, Rick. That vacuum package is going to keep in all that freshness, and of course, here's those chicken breasts. So think about it. When somebody happens to pop over on a Tuesday night or a Thursday and you weren't expecting them, just open your freezer. You've got everything you need right here to make 34 different meals.
M134495 item number. You're getting a lot of food here, and you're going to love it. Stays in your freezer, but it's all best in class, and that's the key. And when you talk best in class anything, you don't talk $4 and change. And here's how you started. So there's a lot of people on the line right now. Started with these big burgers. It's not an or. It's not a choice of the burgers or the dogs or the big ribeyes.
You're getting all of it.
You're getting all of it. So, and it starts with these guys. Some of the biggest burgers you made.
It is. Now, you'll notice how big it is. You'll notice how it plumps. I want you to see the side angle. Look at how that burger is actually grown. It's actually plumped up. So the nice part about this is because we fold it together, it's extremely tender and it's going to cut just like a steak. But look at that inside of that. I mean, that's what makes an incredible burger.
That's so juicy.
Look at that. And it's a
That
ribeye.
looks like-
Remember, the ribeye is the most...
No, that's not AI, everybody.
No.
This is real live TV right now.
It's the most marbled piece of
Look
steak
at
that we've got. And of course, when you then grind it and put that into a burger, you have something really, really